Hi, a film that I watched on a recommendation recently was Three Coins in the Fountain, a romantic comedy drama set in post-war Rome. When I say post-war, I mean it's Hollywood post-war Rome, which means everything is beautiful and gorgeous all the time. It's about three American women who share an apartment, two of whom work for a local branch of the diplomatic service, and the other is a secretary to an American author resident in the city, and their various romantic travails over the course of a month. The secretary is secretly in love with her uh, employer, but he doesn't know it. The new girl at the diplomatic office is determined to land the affections of a prince who has a reputation as a ladies' man, while the departing um, secretary, whom she is replacing, has a long felt passion for her male Italian interpreter colleague, but apparently relationships within the office are not allowed. So there are various threads of this story and various romantic entanglements. The storyline about entangling the prince is the most prominent, the prince being played by the famously French Louis Jourdan. And although he's known to be something of a cad and a seducer, uh, the girl's plan of finding out all the things that she likes and pretend all the things that he likes and pretending that she likes them as well, and thereby positioning her as ideal marriage material, seems both not as quite as bad as anything he does, and yet it's portrayed as being much worse. The film has dated rather badly in quite a few aspects, particularly in how marriage for women is to be regarded as an end in itself. Now, of course, a great deal better than that, and at the time this might well have been perfectly reasonable. Another aspect that comes into the film quite late on, and I found rather jarring, is the author discovering that he is in fact dying of a brain tumour. It's dealt with quite euphemistically. In the early 50s, no one said brain cancer. But it's made very clear that he has less than a year to live and is already making arrangements for his own funeral. So the idea that he's going to be married and have a wonderful, extremely short relationship is apparently a happy ending. The film has a theme song by Frank Sinatra, who weirdly isn't credited, and the film actually opens with a uh, an introduction, rather, I'm trying to think of the right word, a prologue perhaps, with the song playing over beautiful visions of the city. It was one of the first films to be released in CinemaScope, and as a result, the photography is fantastic. Even the most mundane of arguments takes place in front of the Colosseum, so we get a beautiful vision of a city that the audience was not expecting at the time to be able to visit. Although some of the scenes that occur later, that set in Venice, are very clearly shot by a second unit or have background for back projection with actors in the foreground. Overall, it's not great. The reason why I haven't been able to name many of the other actors is because I can't remember who they are. Uh, Louis Jourdan stuck out. Clifton Webb, who is weirdly top billed as the author, even though he's not even one of the three main characters, is also in there. He was multiple Oscar nominee, but none of the main female characters have really lasted the course. Dorothy McGuire, Jean Peters, and Maggie McNamara, and I've had to check to make sure that I got their names right. However, that said, it is something that some may find entertaining. The travelogue material is attractive, and the romance is somewhat evergreen, although, as I say, it has dated poorly. This sort of thing might well be in the eye of the beholder.